Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Kristi and today I have a classic recipe for you guys. These are like your Chex Muddy Buddies, but these are keto friendly. So make sure you check below in the description box. I'm going to have the ingredients. I have been playing with this recipe a little bit more and tweaking it. So the description box will have the full measurements and recipe linked down there. If you're not already subscribed, I'd love it if you went ahead and done so. Would love to have you as a member of my YouTube family. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. I do sneak peeks and before and afters there. Also, we have a Facebook page, All Things Keto with Kristi. And as the name suggests, it is all things keto. We have a great group of people. We're reaching close to 3,000 followers now. And if you have any questions about keto, or you're just confused, just getting started, or looking for inspiration, that's the place to go. So it will also be linked in the description box, so check us out over there. Okay, let me show you how I made these. Here's everything that you will need for this recipe. You're gonna need pork rinds. I'm gonna be using 2 bags, and I picked these up at Aldi. Of course, we won't be using all of these, and I'll show you why in just a second, but we will be going through here and picking out like the hard pieces and just using the soft pieces. You need peanut butter. Make sure you get one that's got no sugar added. This is the 16-ounce jar that I pick up at Walmart. This one is the creamy peanut butter. You'll need confectioner's sugar, so whichever one's keto friendly. I'm gonna be using the Swerve, Lily's chocolate, and you're also going to need butter. This first step is going to be the most tedious, and it's going to be the hardest part, and it's really not that hard, so don't worry. This is an easy recipe. Make sure you get a big bowl. See how large this one is? This is a Tupperware bowl I've had for probably a decade now. We're going to open up our pork rinds and go through those and break those into smaller pieces about the size of Chex. I just went ahead and dumped some of the pork rinds out on the lid of the bowl so I could show you. But these are much too large a size piece, so you want them about this size. So you're going to have to go through and break these apart into smaller pieces. Also, if you have any really hard chunks, like, you know, that are usually towards the bottom of your bag, make sure you go ahead and discard those. You do not want those pieces. So just out of the first bag, we had about 2 handfuls this size of the harder pieces that we didn't want to add, and Chris is still finishing up the first bag right now. Out of the second bag, we had about this many hard chunks that we're not using. This is what our bowl looks like now. Again, large bowl, and it is a little over halfway full of the pork rind chunks. And I want to show you. See, if they're just small little pieces about the size of Chex Mix, because that's what we're going for here. On your stove in a medium pot on medium-low heat, we're going to add 6 tablespoons of butter. This is just a stick of butter. It is unsalted, and we're going to let this melt slowly. Now that our butter has melted, we're going to be adding in our peanut butter. You want half a cup of this. Again, this one is the nothing added to it. So right here's my ingredients, just dry roasted peanuts and sea salt. So we don't have to worry about any extra sugars. This is still set on medium-low heat. The butter is completely melted, and I'm just going to add in my peanut butter and give that a stir. Make sure I get all of that out of there. Next, you're going to need 1 cup of keto-friendly chocolate chips. These are the milk chocolate Lily's. These are stevia sweetened. I usually stock up on these when they're at a store near me for $4.99. I know you can pick up some by Chalk Zero. Those will be linked down below if you want to pick some of those up. I do have a discount code for Chalk Zero, but not Lily's. This is what I have. We love milk chocolate. We're gonna add 1 cup of these to our peanut butter and butter mixture. This is still on your medium-low heat, and I'm just gonna add a few of these at a time and stir. We're just gonna melt these up. Adding in the last little bit since everything is completely melted, and just keep stirring. You can see, you can barely see the blue flame. That's how low I got this. It's actually set on, I think, a 1 on my stove. Okay, all the chocolate chips are now melted. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn my stove off. This is completely optional. I'm going to add just a pinch of pink salt, not much, and stir that up. And I'm gonna let this cool for just a second, not too long, long enough for me to turn the camera around for you guys. So here is our big container of pork rinds that we've made into bite-sized little pieces about the size of checks. Can you see that? There you go. These are all pretty tiny. Now we're just gonna take this delicious peanut butter, chocolate, and butter mixture and coat all of these pork rinds with that. You're just gonna wanna pour a little bit in at a time, and then stir that up. Then pour in a little bit more. Lots of stirring to get this completely coated. More. Make sure you get every bit of that out of there. And then stir some more. Now that all of the pork rind chunks are coated with our mixture, we're going to take our swerve. This is the confectioner swerve, and that's what you want to use, a powdered sugared keto substitute. So the one I'm using again is swerve. I'm going to start out with only 1 cup, and we're going to sprinkle this on top and shake it up. And this is why we use the big bowl, so that we can put the lid on here and just give it a shake. Then add a little bit more. Do the same thing. Add a little more. And in ended up taking about 1.5 to 1 3/4 cup of swerve to completely coat the pork rinds. Once you have your pork rinds completely coated, you're going to want to lay these down on wax paper or parchment paper until they have completely cooled. Once they have completely cooled, you can store these in an airtight container or take them to your party or function that you want. These are absolutely delicious. This is just one of the many recipes that I have on my channel that are keto friendly. I will have that playlist linked for you at the end of this video, or you can just find it on my channel. It's just easy keto recipes, and I like things that don't take too long, that aren't really high in carbs, and taste great. Very simple recipes. So make sure you check some more of those out. Again, the description box is going to have the full list of everything you need for this recipe. I have been playing with it some more. There are other things you can do with this as well. If you want to, while everything is laid out cooling, you can drizzle some white chocolate on top. You could also add nuts to this. Tons of things that you could do if you want. So this is a very versatile recipe also. Make sure you check down there, follow me, like and subscribe, and I will see all of you in the next video. I hope everyone has an amazing day. Bye.